Jim, JP Morgan is now being sued by the New York Attorney General for $20 billion, going back to financial instruments from 2006. I don't get this, because I feel that on the one hand, we wanted to save the banks and Jamie Dimon was forced to buy Bear Stearns. And on the other hand, this Attorney General has decided that now he's going to go after them.
Look, they're political figures. People who they run for office and banks poll very low. Jamie Dimon, as you correctly point out, that was something that the government begged him to do. He obviously hadn't vetted any of these things. There was no time to vet this stuff, and it's a fatuous lawsuit. But fatuous lawsuits need to be settled. I guess Jamie Dimon's going to have to send another $100 million to $500 million of shareholders' money over there. You can fight it, but the government plays for free. JP Morgan plays with Paul Weiss, and it's going to cost a fortune. And it's just unfortunate that these remain the whipping boys, but they're hated. They've done many things wrong. There are a lot of people who just think they should be punished, whether they deserve it on the merits or not. And that's the political system we're in. I obviously don't agree with it, but I recognize that the government never prosecuted anyone successfully. Remember, the Eastern District of New York went after two Bear Stearns guys and they got off. That wrecked everything. That wrecked everything. And there was never any Justice Department task force when it mattered. And then they weren't able to pursue AIG, and the people are very angry. No one went to jail. And yet the country's not been able to recover from what they've done. Unemployment was at 8 after they destroyed it, and unemployment's at 8. And I think that it's just a natural part of the political system. You just have to accept the fact that these lawsuits are going to be with us for some time. They had to get it in before the statute of limitations, I guess.
It doesn't. It just seems though he's striking at one of his biggest employers in the state, and here's the one bank that's hired people this year as opposed to fired them and laid them off like Bank of America, and he's going after one of his biggest employers in the state. It just seems to boggle the mind. Why would you?
But I have found myself at various times trying to defend myself with lawyers, and what they would say, Deborah, to that very well-reasoned argument is not responsive, Cramer. It's not responsive. That's the term they use. It's not responsive. Meaning that it doesn't address what the government's addressing, and prosecutors very powerful.
Okay, but let me ask you this. So we'll play devil's advocate.
They have their own discretion.
Betty Bungalow didn't go out and buy these CMOs. These were sophisticated investors buying these products, and more than likely they'd made money on them. And more than likely, there may be some of these things sitting over in the Maiden Lane portfolio down the street at the Federal Reserve.
I think it's a good defense. I think if they get to a jury, that is going to have some weight. But in the end, find me a jury that likes bankers.
All right, so it's just a shakedown.
Well, look, it is. Shakedown implies that I think that it's criminal. I just think it's a decent case to bring. It gives the people hope that maybe someone pays for it. Just that it's the shareholders who pay. And that's the most unfortunate thing, particularly as a shareholder, my charitable trust of JP Morgan. So I have been critical of Jamie Dimon at times, but I'm in his camp on this.
You don't think he deserves it?
No, okay. No. I mean, I was up at Tufts this weekend, his old stamping grounds, and I was thinking, look, I've been hard on the guy, but he's better than the rest of them.
That's true.
Maybe the Wells Fargo guys. I like them.
All right, so
U.S. Bank.
He didn't deserve this one.
No, this one he didn't deserve.